Rare Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
Right.
So that's what happened with that.
I didn't never know what happened.
Yeah, so what happened was she wanted to do like Gucci Mane was her favorite rapper. She's like, man, I want to do a song with Gucci Mane. They hit me like, yeah, we trying to do a song. They want to do something with her. And I'm like, well, why don't we do a project? So they're like, okay. So we end up doing the project. So, but like I said, before it even get to going, Slim Duncan got killed, which was Walker's best friend. So it ended up just being a whole. That's why that shit went sideways for me.
Rest in peace, Slim Duncan, man. How did Kreayshawn and V Nasty's relationship sever like that?
It was literally just because I think it was two things. One, Kreayshawn never, ever once, you know what I'm saying, turned on V Nasty for the situation she put her in. Like, she didn't say nigga, but like, even like when Fab said that, when Fab did that thing, he said them saying nigga.
Right.
Kreayshawn never said it. So people who never knew it, they're hearing like, oh, okay, she say nigga.
They both said.
So they just drug her with it.
Yeah, so you never heard Kreayshawn say, I don't say nigga, that's V Nasty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She just had to take it, and then it honestly, I think it just became an issue because then you get to a point where V Nasty feels as if like, well, she ain't doing enough for
you ain't riding with
shit. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, you know what I'm saying, they're cool now because you can look back and see like, yeah, we was, you know what I'm saying, I was tripping.
What does she want her to? I mean, because that's a common thing too. I know you see that with artists a lot. People wanting their people to do something for them.
But that's the thing. See, she didn't understand or really like she was not fucking with this shit. So I think she kind of felt like you need to do something for like the white girl mob. She's like, I'm not doing shit for Kreayshawn. I'm not doing this shit no more. I have contractual obligations. Not even that, but for my fans, I have a tour that I remember the day after the tour. She was like, yeah, I'm done. I remember getting off the bus. She was like, "Yep, that's about it for me."
Wow.
Because she was not. So she was working on movies. I mean, she had a show with MTV. She had all kind of other shit.
I seen her doing some other shit recently. I don't remember.
Yeah. So she because you got to keep in mind like the shit happened with Rick Ross, which was to her was like, man, this fake ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then they leak her news, but then everybody says she did it for attention. Because she kept going viral for just regular shit. And people swore it was like some big like conspiracy.
Yeah.
They thought it was like these white people are doing stuff. They didn't know, nigga.
Yeah.
Her manager was black. Her tour manager was black. Her attorney was black. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Her fucking everybody around her was black, and they tried to make it seem like because it couldn't be like, yeah, she just did this herself, or they just kind of did that. It was like it was a conspiracy. They said that she was whose niece, somebody's niece who's a big Hollywood star,
Angela Jolie or some other shit. I know what you're talking about.
Bruce Willis. They said she was Bruce Willis's niece.
That's crazy. Not from Oakland, she is.
Yeah. Then they said she was what's his name? Damn, I forget his name. But you know, all kind of. So she just wasn't with that shit.
So you say you met P-Lo and them, or basically HBK or those guys through Irk for producing for Irk. So, how far between meeting them then and All Day came out?
Which one's All?
Because that's the first song I heard that was really big on the radio that I be swagging all day. It was all of them.
Yeah, so I met them before I started working with them right before that song came out. It was after I started messing with them probably like right around the time, right when whatchamacallit came out. Whatchamacallit came first, LoveRance song.
Beat the Pussy Up? Okay, yeah.
So I was working with them. No, it was before because I remember the whole situation. So I was working with them during that, and then Up blew up. You know what I'm saying? So it was trying to figure out like what they could do.
I can't let you skip over that. If you was working with them at that time, it got funky.
Yeah.
50 came through, remix, song get big. I heard rumors. What is the problem? I heard Iamsu had a problem with it because it's not LoveRance's song by itself.
Well, I think that from my just from seeing what it was HBK. They were, you know what I'm saying, they were a collective. You know what I'm saying? From my recollection, It was a Sue song, but he gave it to him because of the content. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the beat the pussy up nigga.
Oh, okay.
So you give it to the nigga.
Okay.
What really happened was there was incidents, and it wasn't really with LoveRance. It was more of his brother and other people around. And his brother wasn't necessarily, if you look at it, he thought he was protecting his brother by, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just in some cases doing too much and alienating other, you know what I'm saying, other people in the group. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up becoming kind of like a them and us thing when it was all of them at one point.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then when the labels get involved and all this other shit, because you got to keep in mind, I think Ego came in at one point too, because they're like, shit, we made the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, do it yourself.
Right.
So I think that's what kind of ended up happening. But from Sue's perspective and from like P-Lo and them, I don't think it was as much as about Rance. I think it ends up becoming to that because you might look at like, man, you got to get so. There's like an incident where there was a party and then Cool John couldn't get in, which didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
That's crazy because Black Sea just told a particular story.
It's
just
the
like
exact
that.
same
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I done heard that story hella times. Like the same story. So after that, you get with you get with the. So who are you actually managing in HBK?
It was all of them at one point. It was all of them. It was because it was Sue. At the time, it was Sue, HBK, and then like Cool John was kind of his own thing. Okay. But we was managing all of them.
At what point did Mozzie come into your play with dealing with them, and then like how did he?
Well, before we get to Mozzie, because we got to get through HBK, right? So
so that was after.
Yeah, so Up comes out.
Yeah. The Swaggin' comes out.
The Swaggin' comes out. Mm-hmm. Now all of them is on the song.
Yes.
They all say their names in the hook.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my mind again, super dope, Breath of fresh air. These kids is partying, heartbreak. They fucking with bitches. They ain't shooting everything up.
Nope, having a great time.
So how now? So are you working with them? So are you technically managing everybody?
Except for LoveRance. LoveRance wasn't.
He's gone now though, right?
He's not really gone, but he had his brother in him. He was never like.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you pretty much got all of these kids. And they got their own swag as far as they got their own logos and merch, and they kind of come now, but they from different cities.
Yeah.
So P-Lo is from where?
Pinole.
Pinole. Sue is from Richmond.
Pinole and Richmond.
Pinole and Richmond.
And then Rance was from Frisco, but I think he went to school with them in Pinole.
Okay.
And then Cool John's from Richmond.
Cool John's from Richmond.
Jay Ant's from Richmond.
Okay.
So, but you know, all the same area. I
all
think
the
they came together through school. And then at the time they were going to what's the JC out there?
CC.
At that time they were all going to school together.
Yeah.
And like P-Lo was playing basketball, so they were all. P-Lo was younger than them, but like they were all, you know what I'm saying, kind of going to school together, and it was just great energy because they was so refreshing and different because. Like I said, I met them through Irk. They were real producers. They were real musicians. Like they really, you know what I'm saying. They were the first that I could say besides Irk. But that was the first that I could say when you could see like it was a lot that I learned from Thiz and to see how they could benefit to what not to do. And I think they did an incredible job at that. You know what I mean?
So also now did deals because Up went so crazy.
Yeah.
Swaggin' went crazy, and then let me think. What was the next song that was big? Was it a Sue song?
Sue had a few songs out.
I'm trying to think of the very next thing after Swaggin'. It's a big song. Why I can't think of it? Damn, I don't know how I'm drawing a blank on this one. But so who was the next in line? Was it Sue?
Sue was always the first, next. He was the everything.
He was the everything. He was the heart of the HBK.
I wouldn't say he was the heart, but he was definitely the standout star. I think that the way they had things, everybody fed off of each other. Everybody had a role. Cool John was the inspiration. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a beautiful because you had like even people who you didn't see, like Chief, who was basically the spiritual advisor. You know what I'm saying? Who also produced. You had Kuya, who was P-Lo's older brother, who was like the older brother. You know what I'm saying? The voice. Then you had, you know what I'm saying, Jay Ant, who was Jay Ant. You know what I'm saying? But creatively, add so much. I think what it was with Sue was just he was so confident and so in his bag at what he was doing. You know what I mean? It was just obvious. Like, this is at this moment the standout star.
Okay, and so now deals is coming for Sue. Mm-hmm. So was it almost like a bidding war for Sue, and he had to pick the right home, and you just full-fledged managing him? He's a kid, well, early 20s.
Yeah, because at the time he was. Matter of fact, he was. That's what it was. He was at Cal State East Bay, I think, one of those schools. Because what happened was, as things were taking off, you know what I'm saying, he didn't want to, and his mom and him didn't want him to sign a deal or something. They wanted him to finish school, at least get his AA, whatever the first part of it is.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, like this, you don't know if this shit's gonna last or whatever. So it was a real focus on education with him. He was still going to school. So as all these things are happening, he's just focusing on going to school and still making music. So as deals are coming, he wasn't really entertaining them because, you know, he had a goal that he wanted to meet. Mm-hmm. And then eventually got to the point where he's like, I just want to be in control of everything I do. I want to be independent. I don't want to be in a deal. I don't want to. Because I think things happen, like he's seen what was happening with LoveRance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that might have been like, you know what? Nah, I'll just keep this in, you know, control how I want to do it.
Right. So now he gets his deal. His deal that he signs is with who?
Who?
Sue.
Sue never signed it.
He never signed a deal.
No.
So all those albums are independent.
Yes.
Distributed through who?
One was distributed through ADA. That's the one with Only That Real and all of that.
Okay.
Sincerely Yours. The rest, shit, independent. Most of them will really do direct because he doesn't really.
Is P-Lo producing on all of these?
He's producing. They were all producing on everything. At that time, they were doing shit for Wiz. They were doing shit for. That's when. What happened was when Sue blew up. At the same time, my other partner in Active Pun was managing Problem.
Okay.
So I knew Pun from Glasses. Like Glass Malone, that's like my partner.
Shout out to Glass
from
Malone.
Way back, and I met Glasses through Fab. So we ended up being, you know what I'm saying, real close. So that's how me and Pun got close. So we realized, like, okay, Problem's, you know what I'm saying, going big in LA. You know what I'm saying, Sue's going big in the Bay. Let's put them together. So they did $1 Million Afro project and started doing songs and tours. That's how Function came about and all those other shit.
Okay.
Because we just had an alliance that we were trying to, you know what I'm saying, bridge the gap, which it did and went well. But at the time, Sue was releasing his mixtapes, and he wasn't really tripping off of, you know what I'm saying, no deal or none of that.
Young California is going.
This was after Young California. Young California was one of the first ones. Young California was even before me.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this was like Kilt 2.
Kilt 2. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of those.
Yeah.